Oi boys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we'll be going back to back playing a half of Rugby 20 into a half of Rugby 25 and compare it, because in my opinion I think both Rugby 20 and Rugby 22, which we will get to, probably had the better gameplay of the lots. I kind of want to get to Rugby Challenge 4 as well, but let's skip this intro. I mostly want to compare the attack and set piece, because the defense in this game I think is the worst of the bunch, both design-wise and just how it functioned. I'd be interested to know how others feel about the defense. To me, I didn't really like it, as they kick it out on the full here, so we'll get a look at how the lineout functions in this game. As you can see, there's a feint option and it's pretty straightforward. The buttons on the bottom there. If they select the same jumper as you, then it becomes like a button mashing contest, which I don't mind. We get it stolen from us here. I am playing on Pro, which I believe is the hardest difficulty, so I might struggle a bit for a moment, but this game is easy to pick up once you get back into it. Defense pretty much is a timing game. Players automatically approach the ball runner and you just gotta time your tackle, which again is kind of weird, but once you get that down pat, then it becomes pretty easy. So trying to win this line out, I want to demonstrate how the maul works. The line outs, the maul, the ruck, in my opinion, with how they function, it's probably the best out of all of the games available, as we get the rolling maul. And as you can see here, even the animation for this, it's pretty cool because the players do rejoin and it's actually working as intended, with the team on defense constantly falling back on side as the attacker progresses. Because there's no set plays in Rugby 25, we won't be doing them in this game. What I will do though is set up the attack formations to what's available in Rugby 25. So right now it's set to 2-4-2 type B. I'm just going to try and select the closest to what I've seen on Rugby 25. So for 1-3-3-1, I think it's one of these two. There's always a pod in like a diamond shape closest to the ruck with the 10 directly underneath. And the other pass chain was 2-4-2. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm not the greatest Rugby 20 player, I'll admit, but hopefully I can do it justice. As you can see here straight away, the pods and how they function immediately better than Rugby 25. As you saw, I used them as a decoy that time and they were running onto the ball while we sent it out the back. I think that may be the biggest issue with the pods in the new game. They don't actually move up as a unit. The player you select to pass to, he's the one that just runs ahead of the pack. I think running onto the ball in general is one of the game's biggest issues. Don't get me wrong, this game ain't perfect either, but it functions much better than Rugby 25. The way the scrum worked was a little hit and miss for me, but from what I've seen online, people don't like the way the scrum works in Rugby 25, which I'm a little surprised with because it is somewhat easy. I like it more than this like track the circle mini game they got going on. So try and score a try at least is what I want to do. I want to kind of score a decent looking try that isn't me just whipping the ball from left to right. Then we lose it again. I need to start winning those rucks so I can talk about how they work. That's probably the best part of this game in my opinion. Alright, so they kick it out on the full again. See if we can get a clean line out, if it's going to be another contest. There we go, we feinted them out.
Il manque de concentration sur ce plaquage. Un ruck à disputer. L'équipe d'Irlande a encore le contrôle du ballon.
This game isn't perfect. Look at the defense. We should be able to exploit all the space, but the players in this game are kind of slow. I think it's to mitigate the poor spacing in defense. This time we use the pod to shift the ball down the line here. See, for the rucks, you can end it when the ball is ready to extract. So that could be as soon as you just add one person to the ruck. They are far more useful though in this game than they are in Rugby 25. We have Sexton at the back, they start running onto it, we send it to Sexton, and again we try and shift it down the line here. Damn, another knock on. Wales are giving us a hard time as they get a weird kick away. The AI and their kicking in this game, I'm pretty sure this is the hardest difficulty. They are pretty terrible at clearing the ball. That wasn't even a contest. He goes for a little chip over the top. Interesting. See the way they're set up, it's consistent. That's another thing that's prominent, the pods, and just the way the attack's set up in general. I think I might have to just whip the ball around. Here they are again. This is a good opportunity to send it into the corner and just get a typical rolling maul into a try. Gotta win the line out though. This was kind of cheese back when this came out. You'll see why in a sec. Oh, we can win it. Get it? Yes, we did. And there it is. All you have to do is drive the ball close to the line and you're in. The goal kicking is actually the same, but this one you can slightly adjust your kicks. Put a bit of bend to it like that. Oh, he missed it, but you get what I mean. Bro's filthy with himself too. You get this out of here. They kick it back. So many damn kick duels in this game. Alright. Send the player in the pocket. And this will bring the end to the half. And we'll jump on Rugby 25. And straight into Rugby 25 we go for this little comparison. I know we're not comparing graphics and whatnot, but overall, graphics, presentation, this game is way more appealing. I think that's part of the reason why Rugby 20 never really kicked off as well as 22, even though the gameplay was decent enough. That and the lack of licenses. As we just pass the ball around here, I do want to try and get the pods involved, but I'm not too sure how I could properly utilize the pods. Like at the moment you just pass to one of them, they take off, you pop a fend. So we got a nice string of passes down the line. That was impossible with the release build. The wing is deep, so we'll use him to kick it into the corner. And we're going to get a little 50-22 out of that. We'll take... I'm not going to go for the rolling maul because it is broken. So we will try and spread it off a pass here. Look at that. Because he's running on an angle towards the damn lineouts, you can't actually pass it out. And just looking at the setup, I'm trying to play behind the forwards there available. We do make a little ground. I think what will simply improve the pods overall would just have them all moving up together. Even when you're not passing to them like in Rugby 20, they still moved up as the ball was getting shifted out the back. I think that one change could open up gameplay and attack. Having your pods mobile wherever they're set up. The moments we're dealing with the AI on the hardest difficulty in attack, and they are hitting the old one off the ruck. There's a fend. As we get the ball back, and we're going to get straight back onto attack. I want to get some points on the board at least. You just see these pass exchanges. these were non-existent with the release build, which is kind of crazy to say. I've got to say, the way they set up, or the way they're lined up, is a little confusing compared to Rugby 20. Yeah, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's like a little messier in this game, and they do look a little too compressed. I can't really identify the setup now. Maybe some more knowledgeable rugby heads or know these are the way they're set up, but for me, it just looks like a mess behind the ruck most of the times, to be honest. Look at that, the player running back on side. Just get it out of here. That's a new bug, eh? They're not catching it on the full. Even my players. They come down the short side. Want to get this turnover. Apparently on console, the game feels and looks better than what it is on PC, which I need to dive into. I don't have the game on. I don't have an Xbox Series X. I think that's the best version of the game at the moment. And quite frankly, I will not be purchasing another copy. I was thinking about it for the PS5, but nah, yeah. If the game was any good, I would, but not at the moment. As we finally score some points here. That's one thing good about this game. You can exploit space. All right, let's get the ball out of here. Trying to win a line out first of all. Oh, let's see if they fix this. Nope, still broken. This is like been broken for the last 3 updates, maybe. Such a shame. Look how good this freaking game looks, man. Now I get if you're used to like EA and 2K, and you're saying this game doesn't really look that good, but for someone that predominantly plays the rugby games, a rugby game looking this good is a dream. They just need to get that gameplay right, and they are working on it at least. Albeit the improvements are slight, but they're slowly getting there. Alright, so let's try and get another try in here before the end of the half and eventually the end of the video. I decided to go 5-minute halves for these games. Imagine comparing this to Rugby 20 when it first came out. It'd be hands down heavily skewed in the favor of Rugby 20. I mean, it may be right now, to be honest. Of the two, I actually prefer the passing in this game. Rugby 20 and everything else though might have the upper hand. From rucks to lineouts, scrums. Half comes to an end, and we'll bring it into the video and this comparison. As we go out wide, and there we go. We at least end it with a try here and a sort of comparison between Rugby 20 and Rugby 25. Playing the games back to back like this, Rugby 25 could definitely use a few features from Rugby 20. Now I don't think we'll be seeing like drastic changes to like the ruck and lineout for instance, but they could definitely use the way the attacking is set up in Rugby 20. Like I said, in this game it feels like a mess looking at your options and trying to figure out what you want to do with the ball. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. We are going to call it there. The next Rugby 25 video will most likely be a review of the latest patch. Until then, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.